beautiful people. This is Pretty Girl Love Trap content.
Hello everybody, I know there's still people out there that haven't subscribed. So, subscribe. You heard me. Subscribe to Auntie's channel, Pretty Girl Love Travel Content.
What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? How are you guys doing today? Yes, I'm back with another one. Okay, Atlanta season 4, episodes 4 through 6. A little live discussion. I'm not fully recapping all of these episodes, child, because who got time for that? I'm not trying to keep y'all here all day in the trap, even though I love having y'all now. But I'm just going to, be touching on a few points from each episode. And of course, you guys can chime in. Let me know if there's any specific points that you want to discuss. But yeah, I'm just going to just touch lightly on each episode and, my thoughts and just a little few details that I resonated with or just need to get off my chest. Okay. But yes, again, welcome to the trap. If you missed it, I had my Raise the Canaan live at 10:45 this morning. So when you're done with this live, please go back if you haven't watched. But yes, also make sure you are liking when you enter. Okay. Please make sure you're sharing, subscribing, commenting, doing all the things for your girl. Okay. All of the things. We'll see who was up in here. Hey, Daria Boo. What's up? Happy Sunday. Hey, Key. What's up? How are you, my good brother? And Karen, hey. Yes, I appreciate you guys coming back to the trap. Okay. Hope got some breakfast or some lunch, brunch, whatever y'all do on Sundays. And I'm not going to keep y'all and hold y'all too long tonight. Okay. Well, actually today. All right. Cause, yeah, your girl, I'm still, I'm not 100%. So I feel a little more better than I did earlier today, cause, the congestion of it all. I mean, I'm just saying they not letting me be great out here in these streets. Okay. But we're not going to play around on Beyonce's internet too long. Okay. So, of course, Atlanta episode 4 was light skinned. Episode 5 was work ethic. And episode 6 was crank that killer. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just discuss episode 4 first, light skinned. Okay, y'all, this was a pretty good episode. Of course, after each episode, I'm gonna have y'all give y'all ratings. So we are definitely going to share what we thought about each episode in terms of our opinions. But yes, light skinned. Pretty much this episode touched on how Atlanta do. We touching on all of the things, okay? They're trying to go out with a bang. But this kind of touched on a family dynamic, we have his parents, his aunt, of course. We got Paperboy, who is his cousin. So, we have a little more family element. We got some other aunts and uncles involved. And long story short, is really highlighting his elder generation, his mom and, her siblings. And pretty much there's a fight for his grandfather. His grandfather is getting up in age. He's over there, with his daughter, Jeannie, which is Ern's aunt. And his mom is like, I'm not feeling dad over there, okay? Jeannie, she nasty. She a hoarder. And I think she's just trying to get his Social Security check. And I'm like, Lord, we ain't got time. Not the Social Security. Not the Social Security, okay? And most Black families, I can't speak for white families or any other type of family, but I can, assure with Black families, there are always roles for each children. There's always one that's the caregiver that wants to take physical care of the elder, okay? And then there's one who's the bank, the financial person who normally, helps out financially. And then there's the other kid that don't really do ish. Okay, they may stop by every now and again to check on the parent. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, so everybody typically has their role. But the mom was like, yo, I need to steal Pops back. Okay, so they're all on their way to church. They pick up Jeannie, they pick up Pops. Ern, he hungry. I'm like, Ern, why you ain't get no food before you went to your mama house? Okay, because she ain't stopping, because she said she ain't got time to stop before church. Okay, and Aunt Jeannie was like, girl, go on somewhere and get my purse, get some candies. I'm like, Aunt Jeannie, we hungry. We want pancakes, eggs, bacon, grits, girl. We ain't got time. We need some food. Okay? And depending on how church service is, how long that is, child, we may be there for a minute. Okay? Ain't nothing like being hungry in church. For real, okay? And Ern, you should have just carpooled if you got all these issues going on, bruh. But Jeannie over there being, the judgmental auntie as well, okay? She was like, you still ain't married that girl, Vanessa. You done laid down with that beautiful gal and had that baby, and you just got her laying up in sin. I said, see, Aunt Jeannie, you can go on somewhere. Where your car at, Aunt Jeannie? Because you can get out. Take the bus or something, okay? Lord Jesus. Oh, God. So they pull up at church, and Jeannie get out, Ern get out, and Mom Dukes give Ern the look like, all right, about to take off. 5, 4, 3, 2, skirt. Mom pulled off with Pops, just leaving Ern and his auntie there, looking real silly in front of the church house, okay? Looking real silly, okay? So they in church trying to figure out, of course he knows his mom playing, but he wasn't really a part of it. But Jeannie don't trust it, okay? And they in church looking real crazy, okay? And they're like, dang, like, where's she at? Maybe she parked in the the overflow. She was like, no, something is up. I don't know what's going on, okay? Meanwhile, Ern, he in church, he called his Pops, okay? Because Pops said he ain't going to church, okay? He said he going to the mall. And I'm low-key glad they touched on this, because I used to work in the mall, okay? I had my stint in retail, and I never quite understood why old people, no disrespect, senior citizens, I should say, love the mall in the mornings, okay? I never really understand. They would just be sitting there on the little comfy little couches, reading a paper, drinking their coffee, just sitting, chilling, people watching. Like, I just never got it. I'm like, do they drop y'all off on a bus and just tell y'all that I'm gonna pick y'all up at 6? Like, I never quite got it. But Pops, he was like, okay, I've been in this family for 30 years, Ern. This is my 3 hours of relaxation in this mall, okay? I'm trying to get me a new phone. I'm trying to, do all of the things, okay? Pops was not trying to hear what Ern was calling him about. He was like, whatever you and your mom got going on, my wife, she can go on somewhere. Y'all handle that. I'm trying to chill up in here until 1 o'clock, all right? Pops getting his shoes shine. He over there, looking at the little cars that be in the mall. He really just looking like he about to buy it and whatnot. I'm like, see, this is hilarious to me, because, like, do people really be looking at them cars and them vehicles? Like, come on, bruh. So he's on his way, on his mission, maybe to the Apple store, what have you. And this saleswoman, how the kiosks be real aggressive sometimes. You got to have a poker face when you go to them kiosks at the mall, okay? You can't even look a slightly in their direction. They gonna hook you. They gonna hook you, okay? Hey, Samira, how are you doing, boo? Thank you for coming through. So, Pops, I don't know. He wasn't on his game today, and she was like, "Excuse me, sir. I think you have some hats that may work out for you." And he was trying to play it off. She was like, "You're just so handsome." So she done hooked Pops to get this little this little hat. Oh my God, this hat with this cross on it. See, I'm like, Pops, you could wear that to church next Sunday. I'm sure you ain't gonna go because you're gonna come back to the same damn mall. But she ended up suckering him and getting this hat, so he think he real cat daddy and whatnot. This man has spent all his time with this lady trying on 50-11 hats. He looks down on the first level, and it's lit, y'all. It's lit. The food court lit, kids playing, people dancing. He looking like, oh my God. I done spent all, like, Pops, how long was you over there trying them hats? You said you had 3 hours, okay? I don't get it. You got your shoes shine, okay, maybe that's 20 minutes. Looked at a car, that was 10 minutes. You mean to tell me you've been up in here in this lady face for over an hour at least? Okay, so he's salty, he tight, and he has a little situation with some teenagers, what have you, who was clowning on him for his hat, which I didn't really appreciate at the end of the day, because it was just, I don't know, it just seemed a real silly part of the episode for me. But hey, that's just my opinion. But he was trying to go viral with Pops in his hat, just showing like kids to just do anything to be online. Everything's content these days, okay? Even though I love the trap content, some things y'all could just keep to yourself, but they was young or what have you. So Pops is just having a real bad morning because he done spent all his time with this hat lady, okay? Meanwhile, Aunt Jeannie now follow Earn to the recording studio with Paperboy, okay? He over there playing chess or what have you with Gunna, okay? Free Gunna, maybe, if he's innocent, okay? Because he's locked up in this little situation, okay? And so she done called the cops, child. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot because she trying to get daddy back. She calls all the siblings, okay? She calls Alligator Man, okay? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I may need to break down my favorite Atlanta episodes, like my top 5. Because Alligator Man was like one of my top favorites, and I enjoyed the fact that they brought Cat Williams back. But I wanted more. Like, can I get another episode with just Cat? Like, for real, for real. And so she's telling everybody to call everybody. So they on a whole 4-way call situation. And she was like, y'all need to like call an emergency family meeting, okay? Because old girl done kidnapped daddy. And so Alligator Man was like, I can't break it down all day with you, but it's mathematically impossible to kidnap an old man, okay? Like, girl, what you doing? I'm over here trying to barbecue, what have you. Get off my line with this. Everybody laughing and joking with her, at her, I should say. And she was like, you know what? I think y'all jealous of me. Y'all jealous of me because I'm light-skinned. And everybody else is like, girl, get the hell out of here. Get the hell, because honestly, Cat Williams is a couple shades darker. Like, girl, calm down, okay? But we are touching on colorism and colorism in the family in a funny way. They didn't get too deep, but we know that it does happen, with the colorism situation. So this is their way, I guess, kind of tapping on it. And you got the cops there, Earn and Paperboy, they trying to escape. So they go through the Bobby Shmurda exit, which is hilarious to me, okay? Of course, it didn't always work for Bobby Shmurda because he ended up getting locked up, okay? Shout out to Bobby. But they ended up escaping and Earn. I guess the main point of this part to Earn was like, I just don't want to end up with like them, just always arguing. And that's a great point to make because especially with my generation, we strive so much to break generational curses. And it's hard sometimes, like I don't understand. And sometimes I don't think, especially generations before mine, I don't know if they really like made a true effort to really instill a lot of things, for us, when they think about like just, how they carry on in a family. I don't know if they really think and process how it affects future generations. So that was definitely a great point that Earn made. He just don't want to end up like that. So I definitely hope, him and Paperboy become, consistent and just, be on the same page because, nobody wins when the family feuds, okay? I'm just saying. But yes, we are all here for breaking generational curses. Because a lot of families, but especially with my family, all the cousins, we always spend the night at grandma's house. Like it was always lit, y'all. Always lit. And I moved away. So a lot of my family, they're, pretty much still in New York and, I'm in North Carolina. So, everybody is, when they get grown, they be on their own ish. You know what I'm saying? So, families kind of distance themselves for the most part. But yes, Aunt Jeannie's trying to get a bottom of Daddy, and they even call his sister, Ern's mom, and because she was convinced, like, he don't know, he see now, he don't know where the hell he at. So the cops talked to him. He was like, I know where I am. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? We in Egypt. And I'm like, oh, Lord, he done messed up now. But at the end of the day, the cops was just like, girl, go on somewhere, okay? He all right. He all right, okay? And so at the end of the evening, it's like 5 o'clock on the Sunday, okay? They over there, I don't know, at your Golden Corral or whatever your local dining experience, okay? And I actually appreciated this part because Mama was like, hold up, we ain't get our bread, bruh. Like, what's going on? So she asked the waiter, like, hey, sir, we didn't get our bread, you know, because he was about to give the check. And he was like, okay, well, I need to check with my boss. She was like, well, we never got no bread, so why do you check with my boss? He was like, well, you know, just to box it up. She was like, no, we can box it up. You can bring it to the table and you can, you know, we can box it up. Like, no problem. Like, what's the difference? So they was aggravated with the young man, and Pops was like, see, these kids are too disrespectful. Of course, he's dealing with the issue that happened at the mall. So he was upset. So Ernie Paperboy was like, it ain't even that deep, but I feel you, Ma. And honestly, I would have really mentioned the bread thing before or while I even got my food. Like, when I was eating my food, I would have been like, bruh, where's my bread? Where is my bread? Okay, I'm not giving you my bread, meaning my money, unless I get my bread. Like, girl, I may need to do like a bread versus, because I mean, you got Cheesecake Factory bread, y'all got Texas Roadhouse bread, Golden Corral bread is fire. There's a place in the Carolinas called Jim and Nick's. Well, it's actually in Georgia too, in the South. They're like, they got these cheese breads. Those are fire. I mean, so many places have some good ass bread. So I don't blame moms for popping off. Okay, she wanted the bread. Okay. So, you know, they was a little frustrated with the young man, but Pops was like, F all that. Y'all want a red box? I said, not red box, Pops. Not red box. What y'all was about to watch? Okay? But the episode pretty much ended. Those are the things I kind of wanted to touch on that episode. Let me know, based on my truth scale on the screen, what do y'all rate season 4, episode 4, Light Skinned It, okay? And yeah, chat, please chime in. If you're watching replay, please let me know your rating for each episode. This one, Light Skinned It, I'm gonna give it like a B minus. /C. Like, I honestly didn't love the episode. I didn't hate it. It was cool. It was what it was, okay? I wasn't tripping. It wasn't bad, but it was just cool. You know, it was just cool. I really wasn't like, oh my God, this was so great. But it was a cool episode, okay? So we're gonna move on to episode 5, Work Ethic. Now, this episode I thoroughly enjoyed. It's definitely probably one of my top favorites of the season thus far, okay? And yeah, girl, hey guys, we are digging all up in T. Perry's ASS in this one, okay? So we got Van and Lottie. They're in the car. It's daybreak or what have you. We're on the highway and we see this little billboard. Hire me, Mr. Chocolate. Shania Reed is your next funny mama. And of course, it took me to watch it again. It was like, okay, I'm seeing them put all the threads together because we saw there was a situation a couple years ago where a woman actor, she paid money for a billboard to ask Tyler Perry to hire her. So at first, before catching all this, and just really watching it the second time, I was like, are we going on a field trip? Like, what are we going to the movies? I was confused at first. I was like, okay, we're at Chocolate Studios. Okay, so we about to see what's popping up in here. Okay. Hey, Karen, you said it was relatable regarding the siblings and elderly parents. Yes, it definitely was relatable. Episode 4. So yes, we arrived at Chocolate Studios. Okay, so apparently Van got a little gig from a friend to do some acting. Okay, and they put on one of the most ratchet outfits they could find, okay? They got her some natural hair wig, which, her hair would have been fine, by itself, but whatever. Okay, we got, I'm saying, some leopard print pants. Like, we over here doing a damn thing on, a Tyler Perry-ish situation, okay? So she over there acting in her scenes, and Lottie, she's like, in the background, she's a visitor, okay? She watching her mommy act. And one of the scenes is going on. And so the guy, he was being real aggressive with his wife. And so Lottie, she had to speak up. She's like, we not doing that. I don't care where we at. So she tells the man to shut up. It kind of, halts production a little bit. So we get a little voice on the intercom. And he was like, who said that? Who said that? So, of course, Van was like, I'm sorry, it's my daughter. I didn't mean it. He was like, I like her. Put her in the show. And so they end up putting Lottie in the scene, child. Ain't do not a damn thing with updating because old girl still had the visitor pass and everything in the damn scene, y'all. It was so hilarious to me. And so, of course, all the employees like, we didn't prep for this, okay? Like, what's going on here? And he kept saying, we'll fix it in post. But she was like, the pre-people was like, okay, we need to get it together. But they kept honing in on him saying, we'll fix it later, kind of digging on Tyler Perry. Because, it's definitely debatable whether, he has quality work. I think with him is more of a debate of quality versus quantity. He's always going to the next thing. I watch interviews and watch people, discuss him and how he works. And him himself, he said he'll just, go somewhere and write a whole script by himself of a show. It'll be like 2-3 days he'll take to watch, to type or write like 20 episodes of a show. So it's definitely like debatable whether, he's pulling out quality work. And the fact, it's been said and, referenced that, I'm saying, he doesn't pay a lot of attention to detail when it comes to like the costumage and the wigs. And he writes a lot. I don't know, in recent times if he's hired writers or not, but he's known to just write everything and play all these parts to his production. And yes, he is giving a lot of Black people work, but, from my point of view, in my opinion, I feel like he would probably thrive more with hiring more writers, hiring more people in wardrobe. I mean, we got people in power, Frank Fleming, shout out, who is lacing the people over there. I mean, you got to be Versace or everything, but I'm just saying, I feel like he would definitely have better quality of work if he would just lighten the load a little bit. I feel like he'd be doing too much. Hey, Karen, you say you knew immediately that this was commentary on Tyler Perry. Yes, once, after maybe like 4 or 5 minutes, I was just like, oh, okay, we talking about good old Tyler over here, okay? And we already know I call him Ern, but Donald Glover, I'm sure he got his ear to the streets, okay? I'm saying? I mean, he has a whole show called Atlanta, all right? So I'm sure he knows a lot, okay? And he's just giving us a glimpse of what he knows and pretty much also what's already out there. Like, we already have, glimpse of this from the outside looking in. So I can only imagine what Donald Glover and them people know, what he been hearing. And maybe he had to do a little research, start asking the people like, hey, what Tyler be up to over there? Because he sure hell of doing a lot, okay? I personally myself don't really watch. There's a couple Madea movies I did watch, but I was never like a huge Tyler Perry fan in terms of his art. But I do respect his grind. I do respect, what he has done coming from being homeless and being damn near a billionaire, if he ain't a billionaire already, okay? Karen said everyone need someone to bounce ideas off of. Yes, teamwork definitely makes the dream work, okay? So, after Lolly has her debut, okay, we find out that, she got a whole schedule planned, okay? So Van is having some reservations about Lolly kind of being in this life, as a parent. That is definitely a tough decision because we already see Disney done laid out how ish be happening with all these child stars, okay? be going crazy. I mean, most of them be Caucasian, but we done see people like what was the boy on That's So Raven? Why I can't think of his name, child? He be all up in the interviews. Oh my God. I'm mad I can't think of his name. Orlando Brown. We see him wilding out, so shout out to like Raven, who wasn't necessarily a Disney kid at first. She was from the Cosby Show originally. Tia and Tamara, they wasn't really Disney, but they was doing their thing as child stars. But we even see people, the whole different strokes, them they was wilding out. Okay, the girl died. Ty Bridges was on crack. Like, it's crazy out here in the business world. Okay, it's real cray. Okay. So I think she was being protective of Lottie, but also I feel like, I don't know, just me, it was a slight bit, I don't want to say jealousy, but I think, she realized Lottie was kind of like overshadowing her a little bit. This is kind of like her little gig, even though I feel like she wasn't taking it too serious. I felt like she was like, what the hell's going on here? Okay. So she told Lottie, like, hey, at any point in time, if this is uncomfortable, you don't want to do this anymore, give me a thumbs down. Okay. So this whole episode, Lottie, like I said, she been running through all the shows. Okay. Tyler been keeping her busy in the same damn outfit. Okay. She over there got movies. Like, she over there just doing it, just running the checkup. Okay. They get to the point where she can't even fire her child. She on to the next one. Soon as one show ends, she over there in a whole nother stage. And I love the fact that they was putting in, oh, she's at the Tiny Lester stage or the John Witherspoon stage, because Tyler Perry got all his stages, named after reputable, actors and actresses, like I believe Sidney Poitier, Will Smith, or what have you. Okay, and so this little movie, whatever she's on, took the cake. Okay, so apparently Lottie is now playing the daughter of a crackhead, and her whole mama, her fake mama, is over here eating a whole crack sandwich. I said, ain't this fun? This was hilarious to me. They just really digging and going in on Tyler. And when she, start pressing the employees, like, yo, like, okay, this movie ended and now my child's going, where my child? So she hooks up with this little production assistant or whatever, this maintenance man. He got 50-11 jobs. They made it a point to show, like, everybody got like 18 purposes. Okay, the security guard over there, he interning. We got somebody over there and being an employee and actor. Like, it's a whole hot mess. And so on the way to finding her daughter, they have this conversation about, Mr. Chocolate. I'll probably keep saying Tyler, but we already know who he's talking about. So they always referencing Mr. Chocolate and, how he's winning all of these Black awards, and they're, of course, debating, well, does it matter if it's Black awards or awards in general? And of course, there's always this debate with African Americans getting their things, getting their just due when it comes to the awards like the Oscars and, Grammys and what have you. And, at the end of the day, no, Tyler is not getting the quote unquote white awards, but he had that infamous speech, several years ago about not really asking for a seat at the table, but more so creating and building your own table. And that's pretty much what he's done. Regardless, I mean, you got to respect his grind. Okay. But this was hilarious. Okay. So she got over it. She was like, nah, son, I got to find my child. So apparently they set it up to where he has a whole building that nobody can enter and exit, okay? He got security there. And one of the wardrobe people was like, you need help? All right, girl. Boom, pow, pow. She done shot one of the security men when she's not even supposed to have a whole firearm loaded. So Lottie, Van, she goes in and she sees Mr. Chocolate, okay? And it took me a minute. I ain't gonna lie. It took me a minute. I was like, oh, Ern, that's you. I saw like the little back of his neck, the little fake, I don't want to say prosthetic, but I saw the lines and then I saw his teeth in his mouth. I said, oh, that's Ern playing Mr. Chocolate. So Van goes into Mr. Chocolate's little, apartment or what have you. And, you see all the cameras in the background. So he's all seeing. He got eyes everywhere. Nobody's really ever seen him before. He's over there just taking orders, giving orders to everyone, all the multiple sets. So she hears him playing like a little music. He was like, I'm sorry, this is my piano here. Music. Writing scripts is like music to me. So you see all these papers on the screen right here. Like, it's just showing that how he has work ethic. But I guess what we're hitting on, like, what is work ethic if is not quality, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really curious on how Tyler feels about this. I'm sure the people that told him about this episode, okay? And so Van was like, give me my child back, bruh. Give me my child. He was like, no. And so apparently he's over there giving orders. So now Lottie's still working now. She's supposed to be like this teenager, supposed to be telling that, oh, she's pregnant. She was like, the people was like, is she a kid? He was like, I don't care. Oh my God, it's hilarious. So he offers Van a deal for Lottie to work to keep her financially stable to 21. I said, well, I mean, that's cute and all, but I don't know if that is enough. She ends up throwing hot grits on him because he's all over there eating grits. And he's like, you want a grit? Would you like a grit? Oh God, she throws it. He was like, I'm immune, okay? Because we already know Tyler Perry, he infamous for those little grit scenes, okay? So she ends up getting Lolly back, and Lolly's upset because she won't allow her to act anymore. But it was definitely a cute episode. I really enjoyed it. But let me know based on the truth scale in the chat, and if you're watching the replay, like, what do y'all think of work ethic? I'm gonna give it an A. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorites of the season thus far. But yes, it's definitely. I mean, if you didn't understand or realize we were talking about Tyler Perry, you need to get off under the rock that you're living off and under, because this was clear and blatant as all day. So, work ethic is taking a, stab on the film industry and Black people. And, we saw episode 4, that was the Back family. So we're going to slide on through to Atlanta, season 4, episode 6. Craig that killer. Sorry, I forgot about the ebonics of it all. Okay. So, the crew is over there at Ern's house. And oh my God, let me read Karen's comment first. You enjoyed also, it was an A. Yes, Karen. It was really good. I really loved it. It was hilarious. So, Craig that killer. Okay. So Ern, Paperboy, and Darius, they over there, just shooting the shit, what have you. And apparently, it's it's a whole situation with somebody killing people that have made Crank That videos back in the day, okay? Hey, Moochie, what's up? I appreciate you. Make sure you like the video, boo. See you later on, okay? I believe we're all be on Miss K's channel, so please go to Rewind That with Miss K. I believe at 9:30 tonight, or just, if you're subscribed, make sure your notification bells are on, okay? But yes, Paperboy, he kind of spaced out during the conversation, right? So everybody looking like, what's going on with you? So apparently he had a whole Crank That video, okay? Because, when he was out in them streets, okay, he was over there, was like, that's what the drug dealers did. We made Crank That videos. I was like, oh, that's what they was doing in the South? Oh, okay. Carrie, you said this one was weird as fuck. Yeah, this episode, it was something. So Paperboy was like, I need to consult somebody. So he calls Soldier Boy, okay? Because he's noticing all on the news, like he's reading the feed that, there's actually some weight to this whole Crank That killer. Somebody is really killing people out here, and there's murders linked to people having these videos. So he's stirred. So he calls Soldier Boy, of course, because Soldier Boy is credited with all, that whole vibe, right? And I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I got a confession. I got a whole confession out here. I am a closeted Soldier Boy fan, okay? I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what it is, but I love me some Soldier Boy. I mean, watch me, you. I mean, she got a dump. Her booty got swag. I mean, hop up out the bed, turn my swag on, take a look in the mirror, and what's up? Hey, I'm getting money. Oh, turn my swag on. I mean, that was like literally, that was my alarm for a minute, okay? Like, that was my thing in college. Like, for real, like, you know, me and my sorority sisters, we went off, okay, on that song. So I definitely have a thing for Soldier Boy, but I'm letting the internet know. I'm letting Beyonce's internet know that I am a low-key closeted Soldier Boy fan. These are my confessions, okay? It's Sunday. We can go ahead and release the confessions of it all, okay? So, Paperboy at home, right? It's good, probably 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. So he hear a noise. So he look up the stairs. He's like, F it, I'm leaving. You just left your whole house, bro. But I ain't even mad. I ain't even mad because how many times we see on the scary movies, people be hearing noises and be investigating, okay? Even though this your house, you still investigate. I would have like went to the car and drove down the street and called the cops and then have them look for the people. But he was like, you know what? I don't need this house. I'm gonna go ahead and exit off, okay? Because I'm scared, y'all. I'm scared. Yes, y'all, please hit that like button, okay? Meanwhile, we're having a good content segment with Darius and Ern, okay? So they've been on the lookout for these expensive behind shoes, okay? These shoes are $10K, okay? They're worth $10K. So apparently Darius found this little hookup situation where this man be having the shoes, okay? And he's in the parking lot of a mall in the van. So they, you know, go in the van, they kind of try to negotiate how much he want the shoes for, right? So he was like, I don't want no money. I just want y'all to kiss. So immediately, Ern is like, I'm good, bruh. Of course, Darius, he always down with the get down. He a little different. He was like, I know you ain't gay, Ern. We need to get these shoes, bruh. I mean, a kiss ain't nothing compared to the 10K we could be playing. Really 20K for both of our shoes. And it's funny to me how we just see how they just leveled up so much where they can just drop 10K a piece on a pair of shoes, okay? It is hilarious to me, all right? And so Darius trying to get the logistics. So he's like, all right, what kind of kiss? How long we got to kiss? Where we got to kiss? Like, we need to figure it out. And Ern was like, this is ridiculous. I'm not doing it. I want you to give you my bread. I want you to give me my money. Like, bro, like, like, come on. Stop playing. He was like, I just want y'all to kiss. Y'all need to hurry up. I got a line out here. I'm like, oh, we got plenty of people over here sacrificing fashion for their dignity out here. Oh, okay. And that's really what they're touching on. They're touching on how we just place so much purpose and power and value over fashion. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a hypocrite, okay? Because your girl loves the things, okay? I love all the things. I'm a fashion girl. I've been into fashion for a very long time. I love fashion, home decor, all those things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a slave to it, but I love it, okay? So, you know, we do put, especially as a culture, a lot of emphasis on fashion, and specifically sneakers. Like, the sneaker culture is crazy. Like, it's ridiculous, you know? And it reminds me of a video I saw a couple months ago. And, you know, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. So we have the Charlotte Hornets, the basketball team. And, you know, it's owned by Michael Jordan. And so, you know, I've been to the stadium plenty of times. I've been to plenty of Hornets games. It is right there in the heart of the city, the stadium. So apparently, you know, a lot of the fans, they, you know, where the players enter and exit the building, what have you. So apparently some young black kids, they were staking out the parking deck for LaMelo Ball. And so apparently they didn't see LaMelo, but they actually ended up seeing Michael Jordan come out of his vehicle. And so they was like screaming like, Michael, can I get an autograph? Can I get an autograph? He was like, nah, bro. Like, he was like a total jerk to these kids. And I'm like, damn, we got people fighting and killing, standing in line, paying all their bread for your shoes. And you can't give these kids the decency of getting an autograph or at least letting them take a picture of you, even if it's from a far distance. Like, that was so trash to me, and it pissed me off because look at you here, a billionaire, low key, and you can't give these boys a minute of your time. And granted, I don't know the last time I seen Michael Jordan wear a pair of Jordans, okay? The times that I did see him at the games, he over there wearing boot-cut denim jeans with the creases real hard on them with some cowboy boots, okay? He ain't even wearing Jordans like that. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen plenty of times when he's over there with the Caucasian kids giving them all his good energy. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that pisses me off because we are your consumers. Don't get me wrong. There's other cultures that indulge in, Jordans as well. A lot of them mainly for profit because it is definitely a seller's market out here in these streets when it comes to Jordans and shoes. But I definitely love they touched on this conversation about the shoes, okay? So they ended up realizing, like, you know what? We gonna go over here and we gonna kiss for these shoes, okay? So they end up kissing. But we're gonna see in a minute what happens once they kiss, okay? Because Paperboy, he decides to go to the mall in a hideout, so-called. Okay, I mean the disguise is giving real like D grade level, okay? He over there just put some shades on and a hat and think that people can't notice him. So people noticing him in the food court or what have you. So he decides to go out of the mall and he notices the Crank That Killer pulled up on his ass. So he goes back in the mall, and you know how the South is, especially Georgia. You got a license to carry. You good, because Crank That started to shoot. And all these other people out here with the blickies shooting back, okay? It was hilarious to me. Paperboy ain't even strapped. I guess he left his blicky at the house. And this other aspiring rapper, who over there got a whole baby and a woman and trying to pursue his rap career working in the food court. He says, oh, this is the opportune time for me to bust my skills in front of Paperboy. Paperboy pretty much pushes behind into some glass. So that was a whole fail. So the Crank That Killer is on your boy's ass, okay? To the point that he runs outside. He's getting real close to him, like it's looking real scurry. And then this other rapper ends up saving him. And he's a trash rapper. He, had a situation previously with the rapper always trying to get on his songs, but he don't respect his music because it is trash, okay? And he went as far as pour Hennessy on the soundboard so he would not do a song with this young man. And that song was hella trash as well, okay? But the funny part is the Crank That Killer or whatever, one of the bullets ended up killing the dude so-called soliciting or selling the shoes that Ern and Darius have been wanting, okay? So y'all see here on the screen, like, yeah, your boy, he died, okay? And they ended up kissing. Of course, it's funny timing, all right? It would have been cool if he would have died right before y'all kids, but they end up kissing or whatever. And so they was like, oh, he dead. Okay, well, we did our work. We put our end of the bargain up in the situation. So they left with their shoes, and I'm not mad now. I ain't gonna lie now. I would have took a couple other pairs. Judge me if you want to. I'm being honest on this Sunday, okay? So the rapper ends up saving your boy Paperboy, okay? And so he was like, cool. This is the perfect time for us to collab. And Paperboy like, oh, hey, I ain't got no choice but to comply with this fool. But I'm like, Paperboy, I mean, don't get me wrong. When you're an artist, you're sensitive about your ish. But I feel like he could have, like, told the dude, like, maybe we should go a different direction when it comes to the music. Because they did play the song for us, and it was trash. It was definitely given, like, Barney 2029 or something. Like, it was definitely some bippity boppity, Sesame Street-ish. It was sad, y'all. It was sad. And so we see here on the screen that they caught the Crank That Killer and that he was arrested. Oh my God, that was pretty much, that episode. I definitely enjoyed seeing Soulja Boy. Shout out to Soulja Boy. He was definitely telling the girls, yes, I created YouTube. I created this, and that. Like, I'm doing my thug fizzle, okay? So I definitely love all the Paperboy and Soulja Boy things. But yeah, it was a pretty good episode. I'm probably going to give it, I want to give it a C. But I don't know, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Just seeing Soldier Boy in the episode, I want to bump it up to a B because I'm a classic Soldier Boy fan here. Y'all done made me a minute on these streets. Okay, so let me know in the chat as well as the comments what y'all thought of episode 6, Crank That Killer. I'm gonna give it like a B minus C plus. I'm gonna give it a C plus, honestly. It was just okay. But out of 4, 5, and 6, my favorite was definitely work ethic with the Tyler Perry foolery. Okay, so it was definitely hilarious to me. Thank y'all. I didn't want to keep y'all too much longer, okay? But just know, please make sure you're doing the things for your girl, okay? Make sure you subscribe, like, share, notification bells on. I appreciate everybody watching the replay and people that are, that be in the chat that do not say anything. That's perfectly fine. Thank you for listening and watching as well. And yes, please be on the lookout for Trap Holidays. You know what I'm saying? Your girl love holidays. I'm a holiday girl. I love parties and themes and what have you. So I definitely will be having a little Halloween fun show Sunday, October 30th at 9:30 p.m. Cute little panel, some fun segments, games, just to give us in a holiday spur. Okay. Karen, you said it was weird but kind of good to see. Yeah, we're on the same page, Karen. I definitely, I don't know why. I feel like we only midway, so I don't want to judge the season too much, but I feel like I'm liking season 3 a little more thus far, even though we have 5 more episodes left in season 4. But probably my favorite episode thus far is Work Ethic. That's my most memorable episode. But yes, I'm definitely going to be here for all the things that Atlanta gives us. They got to go out with a bang. Hey, Daria, thank you. I appreciate you watching and coming through. I definitely appreciate all of y'all always coming through day in, day out for your girl when I'm going live. I truly appreciate each every one of y'all because y'all could be anywhere, but y'all here with me, okay, in the trap. All right. So yes, y'all, check me out on Rewind It with Miss K at 9:30 tonight. We'll be discussing Raising Kanan. Brillo the Big Reviews channel. I will be on that tomorrow at 8:05. On Wednesday, at 8:15, we will be discussing Power Season 2, Episode 10. Because there's a lot going on, setting up for Season 3. And it's getting real spicy, okay? Ghost and Kanan go at it. That whole little infamous scene with the whole fire. Like, it's definitely a great episode. And of course, I'm going to try to do Atlanta, let's see, on Friday, but I'm kind of liking Atlanta on Sundays. So I may come back to y'all next Sunday. I don't know, but just make sure you have notification bells. I always like to keep up y'all updated on the community tab. And yes, follow me on, Snapchat. Oh, Lord, I said Snapchat, child. Lord, I ain't on Snapchat. Twitter, at PGLTC2. Follow me on TikTok. That's what I meant to say, at Pretty Girl Loves Trap. Okay. And yes, y'all, I appreciate y'all coming through. And I will see y'all later on tonight. Okay. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Toodles.